Good evening. It's the Hex Late Show. You're here with 43OG and the Hex Late Show crew. I've got Jexa. How you going, mate?
Yeah, how are you, buddy?
Hey. I've got Blue Bum.
Bluey, how are you?
Good. How you guys going?
Good, mate.
Good, mate. And we've got Sammy in the wings, and I know that Unwrecked is on the way. He's got some things to show us this evening.
I'm scared.
What's going on, guys? And so you should be. So what's going on, guys? What is going on?
Wow. There's a lot.
The rumors are flying.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've got anything to add to it, but yeah, happy to have a chat about all the rumors flying around, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, December 2nd in London, something is going to go down. What do we know for people who haven't been on the Twitter sphere? We've seen the people who made the documentary kind of like did a little tease, and they put out an image, and on that image was it was Richard. They'd interviewed him and said something big was happening on December 2nd. And but there's going to be an announcement tomorrow, which will be now, wouldn't it? Or in the next few hours?
Yeah. Well, they're just getting started over there, aren't they? So it'll be about
Hey, Sammy.
7:30 in the morning. How are you, Sammy?
Hey, how are you? It's all right. What's happening?
So then, let me finish the story. So so then on that image, there was Richard was holding a little Hex logo, like a necklace kind of thing. And there were two chains sort of draped over his fingers. And so, who's the journalist? I forget his name.
Tom
Taylor Kennedy.
Oh, Taylor. Yeah.
He pointed out that maybe it's meaning
two chains.
We're going to be launching the two chains in London because they also said LHR, which is the airport code for London. The Heathrow.
London Heathrow, yeah.
Yeah. So then
yeah, so there's well, hang on. Okay, there was the other thing that I think was probably more
well, there was that friend of Richard.
Yeah, so there was someone that got everyone really fired up, and there was the person who deleted their YouTube account.
Oh, that's P, etc. P or whatever, hey?
Yeah. P, etc. Whatever, yeah.
And he said, I don't do any PA. It's going to be amazing, and I'm just going to delete my channel. That was kind of...
So there was... He put something up so he created a video, and it said, I know a secret, or something like that, or I'm paraphrasing here, something along the lines of, I know a secret, but I don't just believe it, I know it. In capitals. So he's obviously got wind of something from somewhere. No one knows what. It's very mysterious. And he's gone, screw it, I don't need to do TA anymore. Hex and Pulse are going to be awesome, and deleted his channel. So, I don't know.
Yo, it's like the YouTuber equivalent of telling your boss, I quit. It's another way to do it. You don't have a boss, so you just have to quit.
Yeah. And then there's another guy who's apparently maybe involved in some Hex marketing or something like that. And he also said that there's something massive coming.
Yeah. So this is Brett you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's all of these kind of things all combined bubbling away, and I guess we found out in a number of hours.
Well, yeah. So there's those two little snippets of information that's got out. There's the tweet about the event going out, and amongst that tweet, they also there was mention made of something big happening tomorrow. Now, yeah, we're all the speculation's flying.
You know what? I'm wondering if I think maybe also Kinetics, who's on after us, maybe he's going to announce. Did he say he's going to announce something? Have a look at his YouTube maybe he's. I've got a feeling he's maybe gonna. Maybe there's an announcement comes on his show because he was involved in raising funds for the doco.
Yeah. Who's that? Kinetics?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they definitely were. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of speculation flying. I've tried to piece the puzzles together, and so has everyone else. And I don't think we've got anything definitive out of it. Any theories from you, Tangent? You've been lurking in the depths of
love the white
Telegram.
Adidas. You look like a gangster, man. You look full gangster, ex-gangster.
No. I've been playing catch up actually with trying to work out what's going on, and I don't want to spend a lot of time doing it, because I think it's already taking up a lot of everyone's time, and but yeah, I saw the stream that I sent you guys a snippet of Cabana's happy hour with that guest who was a fund manager or something, and Kinetics was on there, and he was saying he kind of dropped a little bit of info to do with the
Hex scale.
Hex equivalent. And I'm not saying that's related to what you guys are talking about. It could be, or it might not be. It might be something different. But he said what he could about that, and that it was just it's progressive.
He's regularly on Boom Bust, which is a show on RP. That clothing guy.
Cool.
That'd be awesome. Like people could really clue him up on Hex.
Yeah, that interview with that Kinetics done.
What about Hex? Can you hear me? Or
yeah, we can hear you. We know you love Hex, buddy.
Unwrecked, you're in the top
40%.
Have you got is that octopus?
Unwrecked pirate, what's going on?
100% uptime.
Oh, now we can't hear you. We could hear you before. Now we can't.
100% uptime, tripping.
Okay.
Right.
Got him mumbling away.
Hey,
Unwrecked, your internet connection's woeful, mate. I'm not sure if you.
I might.
Hang on. Unwrecked, have you got some stuff you can show us, mate?
Oi, day 43. I was rewatching our last week stream, just a bit of it, and there was that bit. There was that bit where Unwrecked made that comment about photos he was being sent, and you were like, "Flick him over on Telegram."
I know, right? And he did.
Yeah. Yep, he definitely did. Props to Unwrecked. He follows through, man. He definitely follows through and backs up everything he does, everything he says.
Are you guys still getting that sound where it sounds like a grinding sound? It's like every now and then?
No.
No? Okay. That's what I just switched over to headphones just to see if it fixes it.
Truth Engine. Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better, mate.
That's better.
Can you hear me now?
You got a baby there, mate.
Yeah.
Truth Engine.
Oh, that's
the Hex Truth Engine you're talking about.
That's my baby. That's my baby in the background.
Wow.
Can we have a look at this octopus, mate?
Right, now, are we having any more technical issues besides?
No, I'm gonna put
This
you.
is Ollie Octopus, Swifties.
Hang on.
Got this one.
Let's have a look. Hang on, mate. Just 1 second. Let's just work it out. There we go.
Is that real?
There we go.
Have a go with that.
Unwrecked pirate. Is that real?
It's a real sculpture.
So have you collected
What do you reckon about that?
all the rankings so far? You've got an octopus there, or is that squid?
That
or
thing
an
looks
octopus?
awesome.
I just. Are we talking about one? Are we talking about a malicious actor or what? Because before I had like a shark, I had like a limited edition shark, one of them, and it's in 1,000 bits now. So
Oh, really?
I can't show you that one. I can show you the turtle. The turtle's only just lost its the turtle here. The turtle's lost its. You are the only one actually to see that one. That's a limited edition Matt B.
I saw the
sculpture, by the way.
shark.
And it's
Did one of your girls
it's
smash it when
it's
you
in a
broke up with her?
They all got smashed.
What, was it one of your girls got jealous, smashed them to bits on her way out?
It wasn't
or-
quite that brutal. Oh, mate, they all get jealous, mate. That's life, isn't it?
I saw the
girls-
shark,
girls
man.
think-
The shark looked fantastic, mate. It's a shame that it's
Yeah, I'll see
it's
what-
gone. Get some glue,
It's gone.
stick her back together, mate.
Hey, can I mention you guys come up with a lot of very cool hashtags while on our Hex journey. There's a new one. I can't say it on stream,
I've seen it.
but you guys have seen it. Sammy actually came up with it. I can't take credit for it. Sammy came up with it. It's a new hashtag for Hex haters.
Can you please put it in the private chat? I need to see it.
All right.
Please type in the private chat.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Right.
My partner in
Are we going to
crime.
talk about the only thing that matters in crypto?
Yes, Unwrecked
What
Pirate.
happened?
How are
We're
you?
going to talk about the only.
How are you, Unwrecked Pirate? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Right, yeah, I'm wonderful. Living the dream. Come on now.
Hey, why can't
How good is
we?
it?
I'm going to put that on screen.
Yeah, maybe don't say it. Just like
Yeah.
put it into the chat. Yeah, I think that should
no,
be.
I'll
Put the
put
hash
it-
in
How
front
is,
of it.
how is the viewers tonight? How are we going out there in YouTube land? We got 60 or so people watching us on the stream. We're all
Nice.
how's the Hex community? How good is it? Very strong. And I don't know. Look, I haven't been following all the stuff that you guys are talking about. In fact, I had more questions than answers tonight. And all I know is that Hex has been the best performing asset as far as I'm concerned. I ignore all the meme coins; they don't count. And everything else in crypto is wrecked, and Hex is the number one crypto in my book. But prove me wrong. Anyone out there of the 65 people viewing tonight, it's glad to be with you all. And
So you got
going all
to
right.
give meme
performing
coins.
asset.
You got to give meme coins their credit where it's due. They have done extremely well. I'll give some of them, but they come at a very high risk ratio. And I think the latest one is the Squid Game one, which is evidence of that.
I love
Are they
that.
reloading? Are
I
they reloading?
absolutely
Are they reloading
love-
that?
How long was that one? Was that like
I only love meme coins when they literally go to zero. I want to see that shit at zero.
Yeah,
And that thing went straight to zero.
straight up and straight down.
Do
Do
you know
not
what was
pass
unique about that one,
go.
though?
Do not collect $200.
I don't know if you know.
Straight to zero.
I don't know if you know what they've done, because obviously it's based off the TV show Squid Games or whatever. And I've got to be honest, I haven't watched the show, but I've got the general gist of.
Illegally though, they were not associated with it. They
No, they just used the name, yeah.
They just used the name.
Yeah. And the general gist of what I saw happen was, or what I heard happen, is people were buying up into the coin, and then they weren't able to sell it. Now, whether the devs had somehow locked that feature or whatever,
Could have been accidental. When they created the token, they might have accidentally. There's switches that you can flick, and you can make it so that.
I don't know if it was accidental or not.
But probably deliberate.
Yeah. So basically, the general theme of the Squid Game, as I understand it, is one person wins essentially. Everyone else gets annihilated along the way. So one person.
What is it?
So it actually fit the correct narrative.
Well, yeah. So it rallied up. Everyone brought in. You couldn't sell out, and then someone sold out. One person's just cashed in big.
The founder, obviously.
Yeah. Whoever's the dev.
Yeah.
And just blown it to pieces. That's my understanding of what's happened.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Like from a pop culture sort of thing, yeah, it's pretty clever.
Anyone who bought it actually got squamed. They actually did it. Yeah, nice.
You mean like
69
Banksy, that Banksy piece
Hey, look at
that as soon as it was sold, it was shredded.
And it was literally it went up just an insane amount in a few hours, because obviously people couldn't sell it.
It was
down.
worth, its market cap was like 2.1 trillion or something.
Yeah, went off the charts.
Couldn't be.
Now, obviously, when they sell it down, you don't get anywhere like that. But yeah, it's basically smashed down 99. Or someone's put in chat 99.98% down. That's as good as it gets.
I would
Was it
never
a
buy
matter of
that.
hours, or was it a day, or like how long? How long did they?
It was
I'm
basically
thinking less
instant.
than a week.
On the way down was instant.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I saw that video of that dude watching the chart. It's like, oh.
So I think that's the risk. If you want to go play in that meme coin space, you've got to be prepared for that to happen.
May as well just throw your money out the window. You probably have more luck getting it.
Yeah, I mean, but on the other hand, you've got the other guy I think he sunk $3,300 into SHIB, and he's sitting on 8 billion.
Yeah,
there's not many of those guys. There's not many of those guys who are able to, put in $3,000 and then come out with how many billions?
I think you've got to be related to the team to do that.
Yeah. So this is the deal for anyone who's watching. This is the Hex Late Show. We like to talk about Hex, but we're in a bit of a dip at the moment in Hex, aren't we? Our all-time high was 56 cents, and now we're sitting on 21, 22. So we're on a bit of a dip, but only the people who don't understand Hex are really stressed about it. Like all of us, we're just chilling. We're sweet because the majority of what all of us have is we have T-shares. That's what we got for our Hex, and those T-shares are what pay us a daily interest. Right now, we can't cash that out until the end of our staking period, but we can see the amount slowly accrue. So we're even in the dips, we're making trustless interest. We don't have to give our Hex to anyone or a third party. It's trustless. We stake it. We hold the keys. No one else ever has control of our stakes apart from us. And that's why we're so chill about the dip that we're having at the moment. We all just see it as an opportunity to buy more.
There's two opportunities. You're right. There's the opportunity to buy it at a discount, and if you're concerned about because when it was up at all-time highs, everyone's like, "Oh, I wish it would drop down a bit so I can buy it." And when it drops down, they're the people that don't buy in. They just bleat and moan that it's dropped. So take advantage of that opportunity is the first thing. But the second thing is, like Day 43 said, if you're staked, you're getting paid anyway. And then when price does return, reverse and start heading back up, the Hex you've earned during that down period goes up exponentially as well. So you'll really notice that on the bottom line of your account when we start hitting those all-time highs again, because what your account did look like when we get back to those same levels, it will look a lot better just because of the interest you've been earning over that time.
Hey, can I just say hi to Valentina? Hi, Valentina. And, guys, when you guys started streaming, the price was less than a penny. So, plus 20 cents is pretty damn good.
Oh, we should be cheering. We should be doing somersaults about the Hex price. Come on. I'm bloody loving it. Come on.
It wasn't that long ago.
No.
We can have a look at a few numbers later. I've been tweaking now.
The bottom is in those tangents.
But you know what? It's fair enough. It's fair enough for us to say that because maybe we got in. But just let's speak to the people who maybe got in.
Just coming in and out.
They got into the higher price. Guys, you need to see.
Some barriers to it.
I'm not going to. This is not financial advice in any way, but the way I attack these situations, have attacked these situations in the past. I bought close to the top of the 2017, 2018 Bitcoin, $20,000 top. I bought close to the top, but then as it went down, I sort of dollar cost averaged as it went down. That was my strategy. Now I'm not giving anyone. I'm not giving anyone. I'm not going to give anyone financial advice. I'm not qualified to do that. But when Hex launched, having that strategy had given me enough to get to a point where I could do something with Hex. So
okay, I'll ask everyone here on this stream who has brought a previous all-time high on Hex.
Yeah, I did. I bought in at 40 cents.
Yeah.
Of course.
Almost almost all of
tops
them.
and sold bottoms.
Yeah.
Tops and sold bottoms.
You know why?
All the way through.
I'm most bullish at an all-time high. So when we're in price discovery, that's when I'm the most bullish. I say it all the time. So then obviously at some point it has to stop and pull back.
That's right.
You've got this. I mean, your psychology
It was all
works
through
against
September.
you.
Yeah, we're
Because
going.
you
It's
kind
got
of
to come
wanna-
back somewhere.
You want to jump on the wave as it's going up. That's your kind of thought, isn't it? But you just got to zoom out. Just zoom out and take the long-term perspective. And if you take the long-term perspective, like Hex is really the only thing in crypto land which has fundamentals. Everyone talks about fundamentals, but Hex really has it. As in, you'll get interest, and you're paid to take, that Hex off the market, and that's what leads the price to go up over long periods of time. But there's huge volatility in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
the rarity of a true decentralized product is so rare. It almost doesn't exist. So it's actually one of very few coins that you can actually say follows the ethics of OG crypto.
I don't.
Good
So
point.
I know of.
It matters, and it matters how we get there.
I could count them on one hand.
One hand.
Yep.
So
good.
there's a
Well,
comment
good.
here. I was going to end stake yesterday. The fee was $1,105.58. Look, mate, I feel for you. We're all going through the same thing on the Ethereum network. It is disgusting. This is not what Ethereum was supposed to be like, and it was not. It could not have been foreseen that they were going to up the S-load cost to the degree that they did.
It's not even NFT projects.
Hang on.
Look at the price of Ethereum.
Let me just finish the point.
Yeah.
There is some relief on the horizon. Pulse Chain will be getting released at some stage in the not too distant future. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly when. We're hoping it's sooner than later, hopefully in the next month or two, but it could be maybe 3 or 4 months. We just don't know when they'll get to it. And when that chain launches, you're going to be able to end stake for probably pennies, if not less. Now, these fees, the only advice we can give in relation to minimizing these fees is just you've got a 2-week grace period when your stake has matured. I would say you can wait for a time when the gas prices are low. Okay, and that might make a difference of $500-$600, maybe even more on the end stake fees. So you just have to be vigilant. You've got 2-week period of time to end your stake. Just try and end your stake. You can get there's a Twitter. I think there's a Telegram bot that will tell you when the gas fee. You can program it to tell you when the gas fee goes below a certain level, and you can program that into your Telegram. And when it goes below, you'll get a message. So,
and in the past, we've just had to wait a week or so, but this time it's been a prolonged kind of one, hasn't it?
I just want to bring up, so that price there, I'll just comment on that. So, either you've picked an absolute worst time for the gas rate, or that is a longer stake. Because that's a pretty high gas fee. The short stakes are not anywhere near that.
Anything pre-peak payday, and I think it's anything.
So I would argue if you're paying that much for gas, you're probably doing all right on your stake.
I've been waiting for a week.
A really small amount.
I've been waiting for a week on one for the gas price to come down, and it's I think it was over 300 days, but it was around 4. The lowest I've ever seen it was like 400 US.
Yep,
a 300-day one. That was around 100 way when it was there. And
can I also add to what Day 43 was saying, that at that point, after that 2-week grace period with no penalty, the penalty is actually very light. It's a very slow bleed. So it's not like a cliff of savageness when you get past that 2-week period. You can actually wait longer and lose basically nothing.
1% a week.
What is it? 1% a week. It's tiny. Yeah. It's tiny. So if it's
it's not even that. It's not even that.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's something tiny, man.
No, it's 0.142. It is 1% a week, but it's 0.1428 per day.
Oh yeah,
That depends on the size of your stake, whether that's
No, it's 0.1428% per day.
Yep. So there's a difference. If someone's got 50 million staked, losing 1% a week's not really what you want to be doing.
That's true. That is true.
You're gonna have to make those hard decisions, you know.
But if you've got, put it this way, if your stake is that big, you're not going to care about a $1,000 end stake.
Exactly. Yeah,
Exactly. So
the gas price fluctuates, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I guess we're not trying to downplay and it's not just this is not a Hex thing. Pretty much any project, whether they're NFTs, pretty much anything that does anything of use on ETH.
What on
is
earth
getting
is going
crushed.
on? What on earth is going on Ethereum? Like, is it really just a lot of
it's the NFT projects, man. It's this NFT mints. They're just they use so much gas, and so because people just are so obsessed with them.
I'm so surprised.
You guys cast your mind back to 2017.
Yeah,
one NF project, CryptoKitties, wrecked the entire ETH network. So it completely destroyed ETH in terms of it being usable with a single NFT project. Now look at how many NFT projects there are. There's too many to count. So I'm actually surprised it's actually not worse, like a lot worse.
Do you know what?
But you see all these other things like Solana launching their bloody NFTs and that. Why don't people just go over there and do it over there? It's
yeah,
weird.
I wish.
Why are they doing it on Ethereum?
It's primarily because Ethereum has the network effect. People want their NFTs on ETH. They don't want them on some network that's just. I mean, Solana's.
But is there any
centralized
validity to it?
anyway.
I mean, I keep hearing these evangelists for NFTs, but isn't it just simply they're retarded?
I think you'll be surprised.
I'm super surprised the NFT thing has gone on. The NFT narrative has managed to still go on. Like I thought it would
but you don't.
You know?
Crypto Kool-Aid was talking. Crypto Kool-Aid was talking about NFTs last week, and I think if we're just looking at NFTs as they are currently, like JPEGs, yeah, maybe it's just bullshit.
Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about
Why not?
The only thing that matters in crypto.
Can I make a general comment to Blue Bum on this?
Hey, Unwrecked, don't censor me, bro. Don't censor me. Okay.
I'll make a general comment. I'm not Unwrecked. I'm making a general comment, not about a specific project, just for Blue Bum's sake. In my opinion, the easier the pitch is sometimes. So look at meme coins and NFT projects. When you talk to no coiners, it's like, it's a meme coin. It does nothing. It just goes up in price.
Simple.
It's a meme. Boom.
Okay, I'll
easy.
give you an example.
It's an NFT. It's a digital version of a collectible.
Right.
Easy. So that sometimes the easier the narrative it is, the easier it is to get no coiners involved, and that shit just pumps.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And that's what Matty Allen
wanna...
was recently saying, that we should actually be trying to simplify the Hex narrative. So rather than trying
savings plan.
Because he made a good comment that there's so many highly intelligent people in Hex. When we go to pitch, we actually are trying to get people enthusiastic about how amazing it is on a technological and code level. And that can sometimes be a deterrent for newcomers to the ecosystem.
Well, what about when you're just trying to get your kids to save money and you want to set them up with a little MetaMask account, and it costs you, here's $100 to a little kid, and then it costs you $20 to put $100 in their account. It's like you go to the bank and do it for nothing. Like, well, how are they going to scale anything on crypto with that sort of bollocks? Like $20 to send money from your own one account to another. Like, anyone who's got like a little orange everyday saver account can just flip money from one account to another just like that. It costs nothing. And then when you go onto Ethereum, sent $100 this morning was like $20. Like, that's bullshit. I'm not happy with that.
But, you know what? I think in the no coiner world, though, I think it's really catching on. People are realizing that crypto is something you've got to get into. Because I've started talking to some more friends who are, no coiners, and it's starting to. They're realizing I've got to get into this, and I don't know anything about it.
But that's the danger. They go straight to.
That's a good point, though. That is a good point, though, and I think it's highlights. Like Sammy. I know Sammy on the ladies' discourse was great on the weekend. I enjoyed that. watching you.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Step up,
Good
mate.
stuff,
Oh, it's
Sammy.
good, mate. Yeah, really good stuff. And you're getting like smashing the hits out and everything like that. And then you had like, I noticed that the ladies are really enthusiastic and full bottle and saying, look, this crypto's not going away. This crypto stuff's not going away. I need to get skin in the game one way or another. It don't matter how. And you gotta put something in. And so, like for new people coming in, like treating it like a little bit of a savings can. And I think 43 OG, you nailed it on the head. It's basically dollar cost average is the way to go. Scale in, scale out, and do it. Be responsible, be sustainable, and try and think about other people. Like, don't just push your way into the front of the queue.
Can't dollar cost average into it now at the moment though, because of the fees.
Well, that's the thing. It's just a deterrent. It's really deterring like adoption and scalability because of that. Just for that very reason.
I just want to touch on, while we're talking on the fee thing, the Ethereum crowd. So all the guys that you see them on Twitter, they're the big ETH guys that are hardcore ETH maxis. They love the fee burning thing. They think that is the best thing that's ever happened. Like they're talking it up.
They just shot themselves in the foot. Hey,
I don't get it. Like to me, like they've just destroyed their network. They've made the token more value, and what they're trying to do is go for what they're calling hard money. So so Bitcoin's got its cap. And therefore, that's why everyone gets excited about Bitcoin, because they know known supply, and Ethereum's never had a known supply because it doesn't have a total supply or a total supply limit, I should say. So they've introduced fee burning to try and reduce the inflation in Ethereum.
So dumb, hey.
But it's come at the cost of just obliterating every project on there, just to get a bit of value in there.
It's such short-term thinking. And they're just trying to squeeze as much out of it as they can, and it's just going to blow up in their faces,
So either you're hard money or you're a world computer. Like, you can't be both. It doesn't work like that. Like, you can't drive maximum value into your price of your coin when that's the thing you pay the gas with.
Just because it's deflationary doesn't mean it's better money. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. But that's the narrative they're pushing. That's the only reason I can see.
They should have focused on scaling. They should have been absolutely obsessed with scaling focus. That should have been the primary objective.
Yep. And the user experience. That, like, it would scale. So if they could scale and they just get a fraction, if it was just like reasonable, it would it's just a monster what it could become.
There seems to be an obsession with these chains that they don't want to scale on layer 1. They want to scale on layer 2. So that's what it seems like to me. That's what Bitcoin wants to do. That's what ETH seems to be doing.
That's what Bitcoin has to do.
It has to do that. Yeah, that's true.
It has to do that.
That is how the internet scaled, though. So it does work, scaling in layers, but they have to be genuine layers rather than these.
The internet sucks pretty bad, though, as far as the internet sucks. If they designed the internet from the ground up, they would do a better job.
It should have had privacy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what they did. They just made it like these big technology companies just become the behemoths, like the Facebooks and the Amazons and the, Googles and things like that. Bill Gates and Microsoft, they just they enriched themselves with the centralization of the internet, and now decentralized technology is breaking that up, and it's destabilizing their power base, and they don't like it. So that's why we come out and actually just tell the truth and say, listen, if you want financial freedom and you want to actually, make the world a better place, then perhaps it's a good idea to have a look at Hex crypto, because it's the number one performing asset of 2020 and 2021 as far as I'm concerned. And why wouldn't you buy some? You got to walk your money across the bridge somewhere, because you're getting the currency debased. It's the government and what's the other thing? The COVID-19 thing, massive Ponzi, massive pyramid scheme, all a load of dog shit. No, not having it. In my grid square, no, I'm not having it. So step up. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking the bullshit from the government. I'm not taking the fiat currency. It's not as good. We know Hex is better than $1. It does way more. It's trustless. It's like I can do a deal with someone face to face or peer to peer, and it's my money. And guess what? If the government want to go and print more money to start a war or do some bullshit, they have to come and ask me because I'm not going to do it. I'm not having it. Simple as that.
Fair enough. There's something wrong with the system, isn't there?
There was a
At the
release
moment-
recently about the stable coins getting regulated, and Tether has already bent over a little bit on following the travel rule on transactions over $1,000. That's actually going to start as being only like exchange to exchange type transfers, but we don't know how that will change. So decentralized stable coins are very important. We need that to come soon.
People are just going to stop using USDT. I mean,
absolutely.
It's like so dumb. It just doesn't make. It's like so fucking dumb.
They'll just lose all their business.
Yeah, it's like
look at what happened to each exchange. Like, look at what happened to Binance once they introduced KYC. Recently how they had to temporarily shut down withdrawals because too many people were withdrawing. Well, they claimed that was the reason. I wouldn't be surprised if it was that KYC shit, where people are like, well, now you're doing KYC, funds off the exchange. Go to an exchange that doesn't have it. There'll always be another, like say for a stable coin, there'll always be another stable coin that's not doing KYC. There'll always be another exchange that's up behind them that's almost as good that's not doing KYC. And people will just jump ship, and it'll just ruin the business of anyone who comes under the regulatory eye.
Any
Sammy,
stable
hang
coin,
on, guys. Sorry, Sammy. What are you putting in our chat here? What are you doing? You're trolling our own chat here. What are you doing here?
What was you saying? I'm the only one without a Hex logo, and I said, "Look at my titties."
Hey, we're winner. Chicken dinner, all 5. Price
I
check.
apologise.
Only thing that matters
for
is the number
interrupting
go up.
Texer. I apologise,
That's
mate.
right.
Price check on all
I
5.
think that was good to talk because a lot of people probably don't know what's going on with the stablecoin thing at the moment, and the travel rule. Probably people don't even understand what that is. But that is, it's basically tracking every transaction, like Tangent said, but it's going to be from pretty much regulated endpoints at the moment because that's all they can do. But what we've seen also is literally the past week or two, USDC, they got, that was a month or two ago, they got dragged over the coals by the SEC, and they've had to rechange all their backing, their assets that they had backing their coin recently. So they had a raft of dog shit backing it. Now it's all cash or cash equivalents that are backing USDC. So any stable coin that deals with the dollar, so uses the dollar as its collateral base, is going to end up tracking and tracing.
Do you guys think there's any problem with using this thing as the reference point for the world, the US dollar, and when everyone's trying to create these stable coins to be that reference point so that we can do all this different stuff on it?
Yep.
The US dollar is just like, I mean, it's really, I mean,
it's the world reserve currency.
They're inflating it away. They're really just, and I don't know if you saw what's happened at the lately, but like the Biden administration is kind of like continuing to like shit the bed, so to speak, and
let's
like,
go, Brandon.
Yeah, like I don't know why you'd want to hold USD.
No. Well, the only reason you would hold a fiat is because you need it to transact currently in real life. Now that's obviously going to change as things evolve and we get more wallets. People have wallets. I mean, there's a lot of transactions that go on peer-to-peer in Hex. I've purchased artwork from other Hexicans. People have purchased services off of me in Hex. So that's already happening. I'll talk about NFTs for a little bit because I was listening to an interesting interview on Lex Friedman. The name escapes me, the guy who he had on there, and I was sort of drifting in and out of sleep when I was listening to this. But the narrative was there's going to be a shift away from people being reliant on going back to the US dollar to do anything. And the technology that's going to make that possible is blockchain and cryptocurrency. And then there was a comment made, and for me, a light bulb went on because we're sitting here trash talking NFTs, but they will become a legitimate currency. So put it this way: if you have a ticket to a basketball game, and it's an NFT. But someone has a ticket to something else, or they have crypto, Bitcoin, or whatever. You'll be able to directly trade your ticket over the blockchain for something else of value, whether it's another NFT that represents something else, or whether it's a cryptocurrency that has a value to it.
It just takes away one of the best things about a currency, though. One of the attributes of a currency, which is fungibility.
Fungible. Yeah. No, I totally agree. But but there'll be currencies that act as that fungible thing, which you need, and there may be a cryptocurrency that becomes that base.
Well, that'll be the network token, like Ethereum or whatever, hey?
Potentially, yeah. Or, I mean, geez, it could become Bitcoin. We don't know. Who knows? But there'll probably have to be something that replaces that reference dollar value. Might be Bitcoin. If it is, great. That's a good thing, I think.
Well, that's the intent, isn't it?
That is the intent. Yeah.
I
doesn't mean it's going to happen, but yeah.
I wouldn't be mad, yeah. But I would prefer Hex. I think Hex does a better job of it. You know, not only Hex, not only the blockchain CD, but I think even like it can be even bigger than that. I think like the world, like the retirement fund for the world. This is like everyone. This is what you invest in.
It's going to take a number of years for people to work it out, obviously. Like, for some reason, it's difficult for people to understand. But over time, they'll see the performance. And it's just going to be a snowball. And eventually, like, it's going to be the best store of value that there is. It's already the best store of value that there is.
And let me just say, like, the World Retirement, like, in retirement fund, Hex, that's bigger than, the world value of CDs. That's bigger. I think that's a bigger market, and there's more money in that. Can you imagine if that, like, over the course of the next 15, 20 years, if that's more of that slowly tips in?
It's really just a matter of how long is it going to take for everyone to work it out?
Yeah,
it will take a little while. It will take a while. This is going to be a slow burn for a number of years.
There's another good decade before this is.
We're early. This is where you have to understand we are early. We are early. Like, Bitcoin's had 12 years. We've had not even 2 years. Not even two.
I don't think a decade, Jack. So I think it'll be faster, because this is like the big brother, big sister thing where Bitcoin has forged the path. People can see, and so I think for Hex it could happen a lot sooner because. People,
no, I was saying a decade for crypto in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's still early for Bitcoin and ETH. I mean, look, they're not doing. They're like, we're very critical of them, and there's still like a long way to go with both of them, I believe. But it's still early. I mean, most people don't hold it.
Yep.
Most people don't hold ETH or Bitcoin.
Yeah, the crypto space is very tribal. We all know that. We all get there and rattle each other's cages. But Bitcoin, love it or hate it, the way it's happening now, it is getting adopted by banking level institutions. So that they're all looking at. Yeah, they're all looking all the banks are finding out how they can custody this, and they're trying to work through all the rules and regulations on how they can actually custody the coins. It's not a bad, like, yes, we all.
In fact, the financial review, the Australian Financial Review.
Yep.
Yeah, the Australian Financial Review article in there saying that basically they're releasing EFTs in crypto, so they're looking at, as you say, Ethereum and Bitcoin. So the main ones to look at, and if they were truthful, if they were truthful and honest, and they would go to nomics.com, then perhaps they would see what the number 3 on the list is actually Hex and not whatever coin market crap list or whatever.
That'll come with time.
So,
but from a
to us,
from
why
a total
not
adoption
now?
point
Why
of view,
not
though,
now? Why not now?
Oh no, I think we've proven it. Hex has proven it already. It's going. Well, there's probably a lot of reasons why they're lying.
Yeah, well,
there's a lot of money invested in the space, so everyone's going to get
Hex
very
is cutting their
excited.
lunch. Hex is eating their lunch. That's why. That's right.
Not yet, but it will.
So anyway, Melbourne Cup. How about you? How about down in Melbourne this week? And we had the Melbourne Cup running of the what year was it? Do we know? 100 and something years of the Melbourne Cup.
Was it? Someone won.
I don't know. We all in the we all don't
For those
know.
overseas who don't know, it's a horse race. It's like the most famous horse race in Australia, and
Very elegant.
it's
Very-
pretty boring.
Very elegant came first, and
Hey, it's a sport of kings. It's a sport of kings.
Killer D4N in Hex Pulse Australia chat actually picked it before it won, and he put $300 on it. Was paying $16. So, congrats, man.
Oh, cool.
So
I hope that's
imagine
going
going
straight back
to a
into
month
a
of
state.
Sundays. Melbourne
Hey,
Cup,
Melbourne Cup's
Cup,
good
month
when
of
you go and
Sundays. Hex all the way,
drunk.
season after season, winning. Hex is winning.
Hey,
Hex is doing
Melbourne
everything
Cup is
right.
good for going to get drunk and go boy and girl watching and have loads of fun and maybe win some money. It's not a bad day, actually. We should actually all go one day because you guys would love it. It's a lot of fun.
We should indeed. And guess what? All the girls have get a little bit tipsy on the grass there on the Melbourne Cup, and all their fancy frocks and dresses and hats. Boy, a young pirate might do all right down there.
You love it.
Fancy your chances.
Love it.
Well, I win. Hey, fancy your chances of a win
Great.
down there on Melbourne Cup Day. Damn straight. Oh, mate, the girls are lovely.
Sammy.
They're everywhere. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sammy, there's a request for you to shout out Valentina.
Yeah, I did already.
Oh, you did it. Oh, sorry, I missed
Hi,
it.
Valentina again.
I think that's when you were bumped off for a bit there too.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I agree with what Unwrecked's saying. It's actually quite hilarious, Melbourne Cup. It goes from everyone dressed up all fancy, wearing hats and their finest clothes, to by the end of the day, everyone's just in the mud, just completely wrecked. High heels are like a meter away while they're just, it gets messy. It's very messy.
Oh, come on. How good
Hey,
is it?
you know when a woman has taken off her high heels and she's just walking barefoot through the mud. You know she's done for the day.
Having a good time.
Yes.
Having a good time.
Fucking paddock.
When that young rooster I saw her before him in his suit, I'll go and have a bit of a go on that. That's right. But anyway, I might.
Oh, we lost him.
He's come out.
Cool. I think I'll translate. I think Unwrecked was saying that the horses are not the only things getting ridden that day.
Oh.
No. No, I said I might get a visit from the Tooth Fairy tonight.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Tooth Fairy? What are you talking about?
Oh, like some women, their jaws can't open wide enough to like get their mouth around the fucking, the old fella. So you gotta pull the teeth out.
Oh.
What?
Hey, you set yourself up for that one, young fella. You set yourself up for that. Not talking from personal experience.
Anyway,
I'm just
so
saying.
who
This
knows?
is general commentary, not financial. This is not financial advice.
My grandfather was a sailor, and he told me that. Yes.
What's the big announcement tomorrow, you dirty boys? Talking shit. What's the big announcement tomorrow?
So Eric, everyone in chat, put in what you think the big announcement is.
Yo. Mango Junkie made a comment before, and I agree with it. He said he thinks it's probably literally just that meetup that already got mentioned.
No, it's not. It's not. I said that, and the film production lied to me, saying like
it's much big. They said it's much bigger, didn't they? Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry. I did see your tweet and their reply. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Hey, do you think it could be like the documentary's done?
No.
No, that'll take a lot post-production to pull that together.
Why? But hang on, why?
Dude, no,
Dude, no, hang on a second. Have you guys ever watched those UFC those UFC like 40-minute things that they do? they put together like a 40-minute
On a
doco
particular fighter or
on
something.
a particular two fighters.
Dude, they've raised
This is the same sort of shit. This is not going to be from that.
They've
This is
raised a ton of money.
Hey, this is
Raised a
important.
ton
This
of
is
money.
important.
They're gonna be doing
get
it
the facts
properly.
right. Let's get the facts right. Can we get?
But
the
that
facts
stuff's
right on
done
this?
properly. That stuff is like the
Yeah, but
production.
Can we just clear up? Can we just clear up a point? Can we just clear up a point? Because I know Jex has been doing a lot of work on education and actual the technical side of things with the pulse fork, and it's a fork. It's not a snapshot. Is that correct? Is that their fact that we're saying that it's a fork?
At this point, I just go and beat my head against the brick wall.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. Like you did. I mean, yeah.
I don't have let me make this a bit more understood. I don't have a problem with people using the terminology snapshot. So I get it's just a point in time when something happens. But what gets my goat is when people refer to a snapshot already being taken that is we're going to go back in time and reference for the Pulse coin airdrops and what our balances of our hex and stakes are. That's where I get
like freaking people out that they might have already missed it.
Yeah, they missed it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, that's completely.
And saying, the price is going down because the snapshots happened and everyone's dumping their coins. And like, that's not how it works. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
That's what I've been getting riled up about. So that's all right. Continue.
Why don't we go around in the circle and say what we think it might be? Hey, RG3, how you going? He's in the audience.
He's from Puerto Rico.
He's in Puerto Rico.
Rico.
Hey, Captain.
Qué bueno.
You should come
RG3.
in. RG3. Come in and say hello.
I'm a little bit jealous. I'm watching Motley do his world tour.
Oh, from Portugal, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't bloody get out of the state.
Yeah.
So they've opened
Motley
up travel now. They've opened up travel, so you can start booking your flights.
Yeah. I haven't looked into it exactly. I know I wasn't sure whether it was open slather or whether you had to have jabs and stuff, so I haven't.
You probably
You got to be jabbed. You still got to apply for an
guys,
extension if you don't
look,
jabbed.
let's be. They're gonna play tricky buggers. This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna tell the airlines that the airlines have to put it into place, because that's what governments do. They make rules and then make private companies do the dirty work.
Yep.
So that's what they do, right? So
like GST.
Yep.
GST made every Australian business a pseudo tax collector.
Yeah. And GST, for anyone out there, is like VAT in the UK. It's like EVA in Italy. It's just like a sales tax, a percentage sales tax on everything.
Should we do Sammy's idea of
everyone?
We go around and everyone guesses what they think this thing is going to be.
And can I just add
What's the thing? What thing?
one comment? Someone was saying that they thought that the big event might have been the sale of the tickets to the highest of stakes or the meetup at London. And I saw a post in Hex Australia chat saying there's only 500 tickets available to the London meetup. I don't know if that's confirmed or not.
No, Blue Bum's already established. It's not to do with the meetup. They're saying that's not large enough.
Hang on, sorry, I missed that. What was that bit? The ticket sales not to do with the meetup?
Limited ticket sales.
Limited.
Hey, I just want to like say, Crypto Kool-Aid was our guest last week. He's a dude. I love the dude.
Yeah. No, he's a great guy.
I don't agree with this comment that he's full of himself at all. He's a lovely guy. He's a very, very talented guy. He's been very helpful to the Hex community. He actually did all the backgrounds and all the visual stuff free of charge for the Hex conference at the start of the year. And he's a contributor to the Hex community, and he deserves everyone's respect, in my opinion.
Yeah, Kool-Aid's really cool.
No, 100%. No, 100%. Day 43, and he came to, and he dead right. No, we're not having any whatever that is. But yeah, I agree with you. Day 43. Crypto Kool-Aid's an expert in security and crypto security, and also he's done like very talented creative arts, digital.
He's
work.
probably created a couple of games that most of you guys out there have played. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, he's won awards. Like,
it was not Oscars, but
Academy Awards.
Academy Awards, yeah.
Hey, speaking of, can I just do a shout out because I was in Toowoomba on the weekend, and this guitar here is actually not a proper. It's actually an artwork, and it's like that it's what they call a perishable craft, where they've used stained glass windows to sort of like decorate or refurb an old, probably going to go in the junk pile guitar. And this actually lights up. It's got LED lights in the background, and when it lights up, there's like a pirate ship and like a sea monster and a like another one of these things.
That's
it
epic.
all lights up. It all lights up, and there's like a little remote control. But unfortunately, I can't show it to you tonight because I pulled the plug on it, and I've got to try and work out how to connect that there to the power.
Someone asked if you were licking it.
Which I'll say, energy efficient, cheaper, faster, free burning Ethereum fork pulse chain. Anyway, on that note, that's what that is. So I'll hopefully get that fired up at some stage. It's a nice wallflower, this one for sure, and it lights up. And when all that the treasure map shows up with the dot and the X marks the spot, you love it. It's like full pirate. Look at that.
That is very cool.
Anyway, that's a bit of show and tell for you, boys and girls in YouTube land. Get some of that.
All right, let's do my idea. Let's go around, starting with you, Day 43, then go to Tangent.
What are we doing?
What's the big secret that's being announced?
Guessing what all this hype is about.
Ooh. Well, I'm going to go with the obvious. It's going to be I think it's going to be something to do with Pulse Chain launching. So that's a bit vague, but I think it's going to be something to do. I don't think it's going to be an announcement of it launching. I think it's going to be like some sort of like date or something, like it's going to be on this day or maybe even that day it launches. The snapshot will be soon after. I'm going to go with that. Could be, I'm just guessing. Next.
I want to say that it's something to do with the movie just based on the fact that it's coming from the guys who are doing the movie. And yet the fact that multiple people have just been like, all right, I'm out. This is a no-brainer. I have to just throw every dollar I have at Hex and Pulse Chain immediately because of this thing that's going to be announced. It can't just be, the movie is done. Like that's not enough to go all in on a project. Like,
no.
You know what I mean? So
to blow up your channel and everything.
To just go, no, F everything else in the whole of the world in terms of investment opportunities and go all in on this one thing. It would have to be massive. But I'm still going to go
with... That's how
with...
people get rich.
I'm just going to go...
That doco is just going to be... Once that's released and people start watching it, do you know what? I'm
going to go with famous narrator already locked in for the doco.
Cool. Can I just jump in quickly? Today I was at a family member's house and they've actually got a cinema room, and there's I got the people in my family who are interested in crypto and interested in Hex and Pulse, and we all went and sat in the cinema room, and I played the sizzle reel in the cinema room. It was fucking epic. It was so good in the cinema room. I can't wait for that doco. I cannot wait for it.
And I think the Hexicans will be able to get that Netflix, hopefully Netflix, algo rocking so that we get it coming up on the trending.
I think it's going to be something that we haven't thought of yet, because I reckon Richard Hart is a bit of a maestro with marketing. And I think it's going to be a massive marketing splash on a scale that we have not. Like maybe he's bought his own airline or something.
Oh, I like that.
Would you buy an airline in this current climate? That'd be suicide.
Maybe he's getting it cheap. I don't know.
Pick it up at a bargain.
Maybe now's a good time to buy an airline.
There might be enough different guesses for us to keep everything generic. Yeah. So Day 43 can just be Pulse Chain. I can be movie. You can be advertising Blue Bump. You know what I mean? Like we might be able to keep each of our guesses broad.
Okay. Well, I reckon. Sorry if I'm jumping ahead of
you. No, go.
I reckon it might be a hint or an announcement of a big player coming on board. So whether it's someone adopting Pulse Chain or someone else coming out about the fact that they're a part of Hex, possibly. Don't know.
Sufficiently vague, Jexar.
But it's, what I'm saying is it won't be. Okay, I'll be more specific. I don't think it's the date of a launch because I don't think we're ready for a launch. I don't think it's just.
What if it's like sponsorship of Manchester United or something like that?
No, I reckon it's be more along the lines of someone's adopting Pulse Chain or coming out and saying they're building on it or some sort of partnership. And I'm not big on partnerships. Or
like a fund or like a massive fund manager backing it, some shit like that. Yeah, hell yeah. I love all these guesses. They're good.
So something that has a.
I mean, it could be the grayscale Hex thing, hey?
Well, it could be someone comes out and says they've been holding it or they're all in on it or so. Who knows? Yeah.
Who would it be?
We've got. If we're going right down the rabbit hole of speculation, well, there's always the 3 arrows speculation, which
that's just crap. That guy has nothing to do with Hex, and I've never seen any evidence. Still kind of like
still floating around. I'm still.
And is that big news? That's not big news. That's not news.
No. I reckon Mike Novogratz has got something to do with it.
Really?
That's not big news.
Wow, that is
what, dude?
I reckon
that would be big news.
Hey,
Hey, crypto pirate.
What's going on, RG3?
Hey, bro.
RG3, can you please get Blue Bum to walk the plank?
Sir, yes.
This
kill horse.
Is he flooding again?
Buddy.
Oh God, I love it. I love the sound of your voice, sir. Anyway,
Hey,
I love the sound of your
here's my
voice.
view this morning, guys.
So this is in Puerto Rico, hey?
Yeah. We're in Puerto Rico. Just going to be here a couple more days. Man, the surf here is phenomenal. Oh my God. I was in a place called Aguadilla yesterday, and the beaches and the surf is just phenomenal. Little rough around the edges for the weak at heart that need all the amenities of life. Still kind of second world country here, but beautiful place, that's for sure.
Sir, you're looking relaxed. You look good. Good to see.
I'm feeling relaxed, that's for sure.
I love it. Well done. Well done, sir.
So, I think you guys are all reading into something a little too much. Is everybody talking about a big rumor today or something?
Yeah,
no, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is, and I will tell you what it is. It's an online love affair. There's been an online love affair that's been going on Twitter for some time, and I heard a rumor that Richard Hart has sent a dick pic to Sammy Chica.
I'll pay Unwrecked, that's the wisest thing you've said all night.
How did you know anyway?
She's harvesting dick pics and she's farming them online over there on yield.com or whatever it's called.
Don't tell everyone, Unwrecked, pirate.
How is that going to pump the price, though?
It's going to pump something, eh?
Sammy, you've actually gone a little bit red. That's the first time I've seen you blush, I think.
Yeah, so there it is. Pulse chain undercock. They're right there. The RH special.
All right, hang on. We're
leaving the station.
RG, what do you reckon it is? What do you reckon it is, RG? You reckon it's just a meetup or something? No, it's got to be more than that.
It's. I think that the crew that's making the documentary might have got everybody stirred up a little more than they needed to be. They announced it earlier that there's going to be a meetup, but it's going to be a little bit more than a meetup, and that's probably the information that's coming out. I think I leaked too much already. I got in trouble for leaking, I think, but think you got a meetup going on, and there's going to be something extra special going on out there too.
Yeah, it's
someone deleted their Twitter account over it and said like,
YouTube,
what was that? That's, I mean, we're sort of linking a whole lot of probably non-related things.
We're connecting a few dots. Probably.
I think the Hexicans are doing what they usually do, linking too many damn dots and making a big mess out of everything. I don't think there's really a big announcement going on. But everybody's really ready for one right now, so I'm sure that it's a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for coming on the show and shitting in our breakfast cereal, man. We really appreciate it.
Well, I'm with the captain on this one. I got to go with the captain on this one. Yep.
We do have something special planned for London, and I think they're going to announce the details of it today. I know a little bit about what's going on, but not everything. They like to keep the captain in the dark because I guess I got loose lips and they don't want me to sink the ship. So I gotta keep quiet and let them do their thing. But don't read I think it's more of community. It's going to be more for the Hexican community, more for Hexicans than Hex and Pulse itself. So don't read too deep into it. A lot of you charters and trying to figure outers and all that kind of stuff. I think this is more just community meetup stuff and fun versus any technical information.
So there you go, YouTube. You heard it here first from the captain. We know even less.
Shit's in your
we know even less. We know even less.
Sammy, we still need yours, and then we need a serious guest from Unwrecked, unless he wants to stick with dick pics.
Okay,
that was my guess. That was my guess.
I'll go. So I reckon it's the London meetup. It's also announcement. It's Hex's birthday party, and it's also announcement of Pulse Chain launching. Well, it's going to launch, and also the exchange.
Well. That's a lot in one.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. That's a lot of hopium.
I know, right? I'm thinking
straight to the vein, right there, baby. Straight to the vein.
All right, Sammy. Because you tried to guess everything, we're going to give you the one. We're going to give you the one that hasn't already been taken, which is the exchange. So we've got Sammy's exchange. Jexa is new big player / celeb. Blue Bum is a massive marketing campaign. Day 43 is Pulse Chain. I'm the movie. Unwrecked is a love affair / dick pics, and RG3 is the meetup. Boom.
RH dick pics, not just any.
RG3's nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're trying to back away for all the trouble you've caused now, aren't you?
All right, Sammy, you get the meetup as well, Sammy. You get the meetup / exchange, and RG3 says nothing. It's a big nothing burger.
Coronavirus is a scam. The government's a Ponzi scheme. And that's it.
You know what? Since Tangent's on here and Blue Bum, all you smart folks are on here. There is something exciting that's going on, and that's the stakes. The mountain of stakes that have been coming out are ending, and we're starting to see a real cool down on the stakes. And I think that's a big deal because. Look, guys, to be honest, a lot of this selling has been, people taking those profits that have been sitting on them for a couple of years, waiting for those stakes to come out. And they came out and Hex was up and they made some profits. So there ain't nothing crazy going on here. But what's about to happen is proving itself and showing itself. And I think that's really the story right now is like, hey, look at where Hex is getting ready to go, guys.
Yep. Yeah, it's done.
Yeah. Saw your tweets about it.
The only thing that matters. Number go up. Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. And take profits when it's there. I mean, don't leave money on the table. But like by the same token, don't get upset if people that have done their time in Hex, because that's what it's all about, are taking profit.
Exactly. And to be honest, I haven't seen any real like nefarious whales. Like some of them are cashing out and then restaking and I mean, some of them cashed out some big numbers, and that should make everybody happy because when it comes time for you to cash out, if you still got a year or two, imagine what the price is going to be then. These guys are going to be the ones that got ripped off when it comes down to it, because if you're sitting in another year or two before your stakes are coming out, you're going to have a different price point. I do believe.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, we watched. I agree with that. I don't know if you recall this one. There was the guy CM who cashed out at, I think it was 0.04 Was
Yep.
he
$750,000.
Yeah, he painted a big couple of red candles there and walked out like he was a legend.
$750,000 American dollars, $750,000 American dollars. It was, I don't know what it was in Hex at the time, but it was that outlier dot was 1340. It was the highest paying day in the staking class, and it may still well be the number one
So
day.
what are we up? We're up 100x since then, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know.
Good on him. He made a bit of
what
money
about
at
the
time.
Gunther? Can we talk a little about the Gunther, the auditor, the accountant Gunther, and the thanks for coming on, RG3. We're a great supporter of the channel, and
Good to see ya.
we are streaming on the Discourse Syndicate network. Everyone, if you're watching us for the first time, please get over to hex.com and have a look over there and just read. It's very simple. It's as simple or complex as you want to make it, but by all means, please do yourself a favor and do your own research and get over there to hex.com. And thank you, Captain. He's been a great supporter of the channel. He's come back in. But okay, so what we're saying, can we talk about Gunther the accountant? Can we say, did you see on Teleco? I know it was put into our chat about the analysis that was done. You know, he's done that. This obviously the spreadsheet. And we've had Gunther on the show. He's a friend of the channel, and he's talked to us before about that spreadsheet that he put together about all the top 200 or top 2,000 wallets or whatever it is in Hex. Sorry to ramble on a bit, but he's put a post there to say that this is the D1 wallet, and have you guys looked at that? I haven't looked at it, but can you tell us is that valid? What we're saying there is a nefarious actor or one person?
I wouldn't
price?
call it, like RG said, he's not nefarious.
Yeah.
It's not one person. Oh, he's taken. Oh, he's
Someone's
it was
nefarious.
Yeah. So D01, yeah. I actually put a chart out on Twitter for it. So I took Gunther's numbers and overlaid that on the chart just to show what this guy had done in the past. Saying guy, girl, whoever.
Yeah.
And they've consistently sold after a top. So sometimes this time they sold from before the top, through the top, all the way down, and sold big on the bottom as well. Basically created the bottom. In the past, they've also created the bottom as well. 2 other times where they've sold big amounts. Talking, I think the other largest one was about 83 mil Hex in to create the bottom. This was probably a year or so ago, after big payday, I think it was. So they've sold multiple times. They've still got a big bag. They've got long stakes as well. So whilst they murder the price and they hurt their bags, they have commitments to the system. They're staked out way into the future. After finishing their sell this time, they restaked 40 mil for 200 days, 50 mil for 100 days, and 10 mil for 15 years. So they're big bag holders, but they're committed.
Are they a shark? Are they a shark, or are they a dolphin, or are they a whale?
I haven't checked. They'd definitely be a shark. Possibly I don't know if they'd be a whale. Definitely a shark.
Hey, shout out to Freddie Quotes, the Furu's eulogy. Oh, look,
hey, Freddie, my boy,
song.
how you doing?
Hey, look, well, I got my shirt
guys,
on inside out.
Can I just bring up Dean GK's comment? It's just people are probably interested that what Dean's saying is I put a poll up on Twitter about how the other morning Hexo said that his prediction for Pulse launch will be June 2022. So I put a tweet out with a poll saying basically giving a few answers like, is Hexo right or is it end of year? Basically saying, what does everyone think? I mean, June 22, that's a long way away. And I've actually got a reply from Brent Morrissey, who's Richard Hart's mate, who said, nah, I'm sure it'll be a lot sooner. So all you guys and gals waiting for Pulse, if he says it's going to be a lot sooner, hopefully it'll be by the end of the year.
So are we still talking about rumours, are we? We're still doing rumours, or is that right? Or we're talking about the only thing that matters, number go up in crypto?
Fine.
Sorry, no, because I did hear a rumour that Freddie Quotes was trying to learn the harmonica, and I got a couple of. So we just so happens we've got a tangent here on the steak and bake, and you want to see this monster that I've got here. When am I going to get an invite to the steak and bake? Hey?
Yeah.
Sorry to change the subject. Come on. Let's go.
Hey, look, I was actually unsure who does and doesn't partake.
Unwrecked. I don't think anyone needs to invite you. You just turn up, mate. You turn up and say, "Give me a fucking link, bros," and they'll give you a link.
That's right.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't like to sort of cut anyone else's grass. But by the same token, yeah. Look, I've got the old little G harp here. I'll give you a little bell on it. So there you go, bit of gutter for you.
Very cool. That's
every
awesome,
street corner.
Very nice, mate.
Really good.
It's awesome.
Okay. On that note, moving right along.
So,
what about who's the Hex Oracle this week, Jex?
how are we going for time? You want to do that or?
Plenty of time, mate. Plenty of time.
Plenty of time, yeah.
Who was Oracle last week? I think it was me.
Remember, Jexa wasn't on stream, so we didn't do it.
The way it is the admin, so
I was.
The links are in the links are in our chat.
Yeah, but the link doesn't show the like the it just is the link to the.
I put two in there. There's an admin one as well.
I was Oracle for 2 weeks then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll have to. While you guys are talking, I have to set a few things up. But yeah, we can do that in a minute.
Well, I reckon I'm this week.
I forgot to fill it out. I didn't do my homework. Sorry.
I
was devoed because of I was half as rich as I was last week.
Same, bro.
I know.
We all were
drinking me sorrows.
I thought you'd be used to it, Unwrecked. We've been through this a few times already.
I know. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm staked out, so who cares?
Yeah. For anyone that has just come on the scene and they're feeling like they've been punched in the stomach, we've all been here. We've all sat through this. We've done it probably 5 or 6 times now. We've sat down. I think we sat on an 82% drawdown after big payday. So the guys
it's amazing what a blood nose does for someone.
That's it.
Really wakes them up to themselves.
What's that saying? Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
It's all fun and games until someone loses an eye.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So yeah, you just got to do your time. Everyone's been there. We're sitting there.
Hex is great.
Like, we're sitting here with you.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hex is freaking incredible.
20 cents. I can remember I was dreaming of 5 cents. I was like, 5 cents. Well, that's my dream come true. It's like just having like a little bit of a wet dream one night, and I was like just about to rub one out, and I woke up. I was making that up as I go along, but it was just beautiful. It's just like mother's milk, and then it's like, oh no, the price just went like that. It's
we should do a segment called Story Time with Unwrecked, where he tells a short story from the week, and everyone has to guess whether it's a true story or made up. And he can do ones where he can do like a real wild one where it's actually true and people get it wrong, and then he could just do like a real tame one that's actually fake or something like that. You know what I mean?
I did a bit of role play. I had a job during the week, and I was down. It was like 50 cents an hour. I had to play a small pony, and they were just like, true or untrue,
and get ridden, and get ridden.
I had to be like a stage prop, where I was like the pony would scan out, and then it would scream to me, and then it was like a girl on top. True or untrue?
You already told us it was true. You already told us it was a true story, so I'm going with true.
Yeah, true.
I'm going with untrue.
It
I
is
didn't
true.
quite
It
catch
is
all.
not true. It's a half truth. See?
Oh, you
It
can't
cannot
be
be
half
Oh,
truth.
everyone gets it wrong.
Can't be half
Boom.
true.
No, it's true that I'm hung like a small pony, and but it's untrue that I got a job paying 50 cents a week. Sorry, 50 cents an hour. Righto, I'm sorry. I know this is about cryptocurrency, and we're all serious and financial and things like that. But sometimes you just got to have fun as well. What do you reckon?
For sure.
100%.
Absolutely.
Oh, anyway, what else? What else we got tonight?
I'm
Boys
looking
and
at our
girls?
numbers. So the turnout for the votes last week was piss poor. I don't know what you guys were doing while I wasn't on stream. There was a total of 9 votes.
Oh, I have to be the Hex Oracle then.
Oh, I'm glad now. I
Do you know what?
I did my homework.
It was probably people were so disappointed that
Yeah.
we didn't actually do it properly that they were like, well, I'm not bothering to vote this week if you guys aren't going to actually follow through and do the thing.
Yeah, the Oracle. Who wants to?
And-
We've got to start giving away prizes.
And out of all of those votes,
Discourse Syndicate should supply the prizes.
the closest someone got was within 6 cents.
That's all right. Because
Really?
it's 20. It's
That was so okay. So
it's
just for the
22.4
record,
at the moment.
just for the
It's
record, it
all
was
fun when you're
Hex-
trying to guess how high it can go, and when you think it's just going to go sideways, it's
All right, we'll make it'll be a quick one today, so we can get on with the actual vote. So Hex Machine is officially the Hex Oracle
Yay! Well done.
at 28 cents.
really what are we now?
I also like Hex Machine's content on Twitter and on Telegram.
Sorry, is that an Australian guy, or is that like Hex Machine from like the new Hex News or?
No, that's
something?
Hex Machina.
Machina.
Oh, okay.
Machina.
So is Hexologist back? Is he back on daily, or is he back on
Yeah.
weekly, or what's he doing?
Weekly.
Daily.
Just rando, I think.
Oh, is
Wants
he
to.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's all. That's
It
good.
just when he has
That's a
some
big deal.
stuff to say, he's just going to come out and say it. And do you know what I noticed? He came out and just did an impromptu stream, and in the chat were just all OGs, like all the OGs come out for Hexo.
Yeah,
When he
right.
comes out and stream,
Nice.
all the
Yeah,
OGs
good.
are in the
Yeah,
chat,
good.
just like, you know,
Stuff.
The
Yeah,
nostalgia
good
factor, isn't
stuff.
it?
Yeah, mate. I mean, the Hexo is the
Yeah.
he's like
That
the
is
original
true.
streamer. You know, like he's the man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. From the community, from the community side of things as well, and yeah, he's done a lot. He's done a lot to help out, to help get the
Absolutely.
word out about Hex, because I mean, it really is a true innovation. There's nothing like it in the world still, even though we can joke around and say all that and this
Did,
and
did
that.
you see his wife dressed up as him for Halloween?
Yeah, on the ladies' discourse, I saw that. Yep.
We met
That was-
Hex Nurse, Hexo's wife,
Yep.
and what a lovely lady she is. She's so sweet.
Yep.
She
Full
said her
respect.
beard was rubbing on her mouth, so she couldn't talk too
I
much.
didn't realise. I thought that was one of those. I thought that was like one of those AI things that she did, but in actual fact, it was actually like she put the beard on and everything.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But I also saw on Twitter, and I don't know if I should say this, but I was on Twitter today, and I saw a young lady dancing around, and she's been on our show, by the way, and she was wearing no knickers. So I had
Really?
to,
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Hang on. What?
So I had.
Hang on. I tuned out for a second. What? Say it again, please. What
Well,
did you just say?
And then send on Telegram.
a community member, someone who's known within the Hex community, was dancing at a nightclub or a public area. She wasn't wearing any knickers. She in fact posted on Twitter, guess what color my knickers are? And I said, well, I looked at it and I thought, I reckon she's not wearing any. And I was right.
Hey, does any of you guys remember that stream we did? And Unwrecked was like just streaming, and then this lady just was in the background, like you didn't even know, and she's just like getting changed.
Yeah.
That was a classic.
Yeah. That's on video somewhere, isn't it?
That is on the internet. That is on
Hey,
YouTube.
there's someone
somewhere.
from Bangkok Hex in the chat who is saying they have like 35k followers and they're into streaming about Hex or something like that. And And they're asking if we're Aussie. Yeah, we're all Aussies here, Bangkok Hex. And there's actually some Hex Asians. So if you want to hook up with them and do some streams with them or whatever, maybe that's an idea. Or if you want to write to one of us or put a comment down, we can, I reckon, get some Thai hexagons happening. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Hey, and also a shout out to middle class working man too,
because,
middle class working man like the Hex Asians. I mean, they've been picked up by the Discourse Syndicate network as well, and they're doing great work. And you know what? Wales Only shows up on their stream quite regularly as well. And if anyone hasn't listened to Wales Only and you want to understand the Hex and you're new, I mean, here we just have a little bit of a social, but he actually does the work. Like he's one of the blokes that he's actually doing the donkey work and he's actually crunching the numbers and is actually accurate. Because we just do rough maths here. We don't do full scale, because the numbers change every day. So we have to just estimate. But he understands Hex. And I know, not to take away from the likes of Jexa and Tia and Tangent as well, and Blue Bum too. Like Blue Bum, mate. Blue Bum goes.
Basically, everyone except you.
Basically, everyone except me. Yeah, that's about right. So, okay, now. Hey, well, guess what?
I'm just joking, mate.
T-shirts. Yeah, there we go.
I'm joking, mate. Hey, Unwrecked, you know I'm joking, mate, because you knew what you were doing from day one, mate. You knew what was going down, and you did the right things. And you didn't even need to know. You didn't even need to know the technicalities. You just intuitively knew what to do. So, props to you for that, mate. I'm just joking.
Unwrecked, what day did you get into Hex?
Day 2.
There you go. Been around a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I went on to hex.com and read the layman's guide, and I found the deep dive and figured it out pretty early on that it was the deal. And Richard Hart, to be honest with you, Richard Hart was the guy that brought me in. And anyone that hasn't watched any of his self-help videos and things like that, man, I'll tell you what, that guy's changed my life. I can honestly say that. If it wasn't for that video that I saw, or if it wasn't for that debate that he had with Tone Bays, I'd be none the wiser right now. Perhaps, I don't know, I'd be still slaving away 9 to 5, and I've still got my office and I've still got a business and everything, but it's kind of changed. It's been a game changer for me, even though, yeah.
So from a technical perspective, would it be true to say that you probably weren't up to speed on the technical perspective, but you're a pretty good read on character? Like, for what I get from you, Unwrecked, is you're very good socially, and you'd be a good judge of character from that point of view. Is that what sort of brought you?
I'm a people person as such. I don't know if I'm a people person as such. I mean, in saying that, in saying that in an organisational sense, yes, because I've had to deal with the shop floor right up to the management, and I've dealt with different levels of.
You've actually been a safety expert. You're an actual safety expert, hey?
Yeah, I have a Bachelor of Occupational Health and Safety, believe it or not, and I have been to university, and I've worked in the steel industry. I've worked in, I was 10 years in the dairy industry. I was, 6 years in the steel, probably that again, maybe 10 years in coal seam gas and mining and things like that. So, and I've dealt with, and it's just about compliance, integrity and character, and it's all about, making sure that you're crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And sometimes it's a bit like you've got to keep the business going, so you have to turn a blind eye to some of the black shit that goes on, like the pirating and things like that, especially out in where it's the rough and tumble world of drilling. So I don't know. What do you say? I don't know. Maybe I look, without rambling on, I'll just say that I just felt that he spoke from the heart and he was genuine, and it was an authenticity to what he was speaking about, and he believed in it. And I believed what he was saying. And then to see him get attacked from other quarters, or from the factions, or from the tribes within crypto, I was like, no, I'm not having that. No, I'm not having that. And when I think it was probably last year, we got a bit of a Guernsey on the HEXologist, did a 24-hour stream, and then from that, Richard Hart was saying, no, it's not my job to tell everyone in the world about Hex crypto. It's your job. You go out. You're the network. You go and do it. So you do something. You make the world a better place. You be the change you want to see in the world. And so that inspired me. And me and Dave 43 hooked up, and now we've got this great team together, and we're doing this show. We're on the Discourse Syndicate network. We've got over 130 viewers tonight, and we've had thousands and thousands of people watching us talking about Hex, which is the greatest thing since sliced bread, in our opinion. We just love it, and that's all it is about. It's not, we don't care if you buy it or not. We're not trying to shill. We're shillers, but like we love it. But by the same token, you have to make your own choices, and there's no middleman. Crypto's designed to get rid of the middleman. So that's why we burr up about the gas fees. That's why we burr up about, I don't know, the exchanges clipping the coupon and things like that. So it's just about awareness, raising the awareness of this thing that it is an innovation. It's for financial freedom, but people want to go and watch toothpaste and cat videos. I don't give a fuck about that. We just want to say it like it is.
Yeah, it's what I like about what you just said, though, mate, is everyone has come here for a different reason. For me, I looked at the game theory and I went, yeah, this is awesome. Like I can just see the way it's pieced together. It's there to it incentivizes everyone to do what's in their own best behavior, which happens to be the best for everyone collectively. So for me, that was the thing that got me across the line. And obviously I'd listened to a bit of Richard as well. And over time, watching his actions. So it's great to listen to someone, but watching the things he said he would do come to fruition, that's what obviously instills a lot of confidence. And then you've got other guys like Wales who have come at it probably more from a mathematical point of view and a real analytical point of view. We've all come at it from different angles, but we've all arrived in this one spot to be around this one product because it's had something that's attracted us and brought us here. And the reason why we're on this tonight together is we're all different people from all different walks of life and coming at it from different angles. But the big thing that's common in Hex is the community. And we all come together and everyone, you put your skills to use setting up this channel. Wales is using his analytics for educating people on the charting perspective. I help out on the security stuff as does Day 43. We've got Tangent with charting. So Sammy's a queen on social media. Everyone brings their skills. Bluey, he can sing upside down, sing in Italian.
And Bluey's had some great interviews.
Mate, you've done a lot.
Was it Martin? I think it was Martin North. You've done. Yep. Did you do Stokesy as well? Did you go on Stokes? No. So the Martin North one was good. So yeah, everyone's brought their skill set to the community, and that's why it's the success it is today. So yeah, just thought I'd...
and it's a big deal, and that's right, Jack. So I appreciate you. Well, you always seem to link things together really well. So that's great too. So yeah.
Thanks, Jack. That's lovely of you to go
Tangent,
around.
Have you got any chart stuff that we can look at?
What is going to happen? Ooh. What is going to happen?
Has TA gone out the window, or is it still worth doing?
You know what? I was actually just about to say I've kind of become a little bit like, as in I think a little bit of time to get TA back on track. But look, we can take a look at. Let's take a look at this.
So we fell out of the tangent parabola, did we?
Yeah, we did.
So it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen.
It looks. I mean, when you do the weekly or something like that, it looks like just a straight line up rather than a parabola, doesn't it? It just looks like a diagonal line up.
So this is a 4-hour chart here, and what I'm wanting to see us get out of this downtrend, which I've got it green, but it should probably be red. So get past that downtrend. I'm hoping that this was the bottom where we just dipped quickly below 20 cents. And so then this will be a rounding bottom. And so in the next day or so, we'll see whether this is going to get rejected by that trend line or punch through it. This sharp upward movement here was Rakam buying aggressively, or at least he said he would when it went to 20 cents.
That's what I thought too, Tangent.
Yeah, and so the good thing about that is it has created a higher low. So at least in the short term, we've got a bullish signal, like I said, bullish sign from this, that even though it came back down, it didn't go as low as before. So we'll just have to see how that plays out. When you look overall, unfortunately, we're still in a downtrend. But so I've drawn a bunch of parabolas here. Here's one on the way up. Here was one on the way down. And I'm hoping that we're going to follow this one back up. And that could get us back to new all-time highs before the end of this month. Does that sound good?
That would be amazing.
So you reckon all-time highs before the end of this month if we stick to that?
This is a hopium parabola. Like, this is an absolute hopium parabola. But what I generally say is, like, just like on an upswing parabola, there's a limit to how parabolic you can go before you just break out of the parabola. I'm expecting the same on the downside. So I can't imagine this continuing for much longer. I'd expect to get supported at 16 cents at the absolute low, like 17 cents at the absolute lowest. So what's that in terms of drop? 17 cents is like a 22% drop from here. But I'm hoping that 20 was the bottom.
Yep. So it's resting right on the 200-day EMA.
Let me just turn these. What EMAs have I got here? I've got 2150 and 100. So I'll just change this one to 200.
On a daily.
Oh, on a daily. Okay. Oh, on Bitcoin, 200 days is actually very significant. So it wouldn't be hugely surprising. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, look at that. So 200-day supported the price back here in mid-Feb. And then we've been above it the whole time. And here, you're absolutely right. It supported the candles. No candle closed below the 200-day.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting.
Good spotting.
So that's what we'll be looking to see, whether we hold a few of those. Is there any of the oscillators and things that you think have ticked over and are looking positive?
I had the RSI on here a second ago.
You like looking at the 4-hour chart, do you?
Oh, I didn't cherry pick this chart. It's just the one I had open. But I don't mind the 4-hour. I think it's it's short enough that you don't have to wait a really long time for it to give you a signal. But it's not so short that you are just constantly getting conflicting signals.
Yep.
But the general rule is, like, longer time frames, the more trends you're going to actually be able to identify. Hey,
longer term trends, yeah.
So the RSI is in the middle.
Have a look on your dailies and just see.
This is actually, I like this, that we're, in terms of TD counts, we've gone into a green count on the TD for the 4-hourly. Let's go to the daily.
So we've.
RSI is saying that we're oversold.
So the RSI, MFI,
MACD.
Not the stock RSI, but the actual RSI, they're all saying we're way oversold.
Nice.
And when you have a look historically about when we've been that oversold in the past, what's happened after it, it's been leading into a big run up. So we're pretty much at historical lows on a lot of those indicators.
Great information. Wow. What about the stakes that we talked about?
So this is the chart of future stakes. This is also a part of the conversation, because you've got, like, your chart, but then you can also look at this and say, okay, well, what can we expect over the course of the next few years? And what we've seen over the last year and a half is there's, like, these rolling stakes, which are short-term rolling stakes, which keep a lot of stakes ending in the short term. Now, tell me if you guys agree with this, but I think that as time goes on, these people just are going to need to keep extending out these stakes longer and longer to have for it to be viable for them to do those shorter stakes. So they're just going to get become longer and longer, and it's rather than having this big amounts of stakes expiring in the short term, they will start going out longer.
Yeah, so
that's very interesting. Yeah.
Longer.
So those short stakes are actually pushing up the share rate quite quickly.
That's right.
They keep ticking over, and I've done it. I recently finished a 30-day stake and went to roll it over again, and the amount of T-shares I got was significantly less.
Really, that's interesting. Yeah, good.
So it's changing very, very quickly.
Yeah, wow.
Did you work out after that 30-day stake? Did you work out how much further out you had to put that stake to get the same T-shares?
I didn't. I'll do that next time. I'll have a look and see. But yeah, it's moving a lot quicker than what you think. So everyone's going, okay, it looks scary because you've got these rolling stakes sitting there. But what you've got to understand is at the point in time when if they want to push them out further, so maybe they're playing a waiting game and they do decide to push them out further, they are not going to be able to get anywhere near the T-shares they could have done had they not been doing the rolling stakes. So all the guys that are staked out further are going to be in a much better position.
Yeah, you beat all of these people by staking long.
And just for a bit of context, when Hex launched, it was I think it was 10,000 Hex for a T-share. And then by the end of the launch phase, just before Big Payday, it was probably around 11 or 12,000, around maybe 11,000.
Yeah.
And then after Big Payday, it jumped to about 16,000. And then in the last, since Big Payday, it's been about a year, almost a year. It's jumped up another 3,000 Hex for a T-share in the course of the year.
Hey, we're gonna have a birthday for the Big Payday or not? We just let it slide. It is about a year ago, wasn't it? It was in November last year. And
November, hey?
Yeah. We're in November now, so
a few weeks away,
yeah. Well, here we all are.
It's gone quickly.
Very interesting stuff, isn't it? The game theory.
What were so when you set your stakes out? So a lot of the guys that are on this stream, they've been in since the beginning. So we've probably had stakes end that we had set in the first few days or weeks of Hex. And from my perspective, when I set those stakes out 2 years in advance, 2 years felt like an eternity in crypto. I thought thinking 10 years and 15 years was just mind blowing, but you'll be surprised how quick that time has actually gone. So if you're struggling with setting longer stakes, understand that time is just going to whiz by before you know what's happened. And I thought 2 years was a long time because everything else in crypto up until Hex existed was done in months and things like everyone was in and out. You had to trade in and out, and it was a lot more stressful. And everything was playing the short game. It's musical chairs, so you don't get left holding the bag. And Hex is a different beast.
Hey, shout out to Matty Allin. Matty Allin's channel. He's one of the.
Oh, hey, Matty.
He's one of Matty, how we going, bro?
As well, mate. And
So I think
still taking those omega-3s, mate. They're good advice there.
For anyone who doesn't know, and I'm sure the people watching know, Matty Allen has his own channel, he streams with Quant Gang, and he also has Hex Therapy.
Yeah,
Hex Therapy. But Matty Allen is the guy who, behind the Hex virtual conference that was done in January.
The first virtual conference for Hex.
Yeah.
Of which there's another one coming up. When's that, Maddie? When's the dates for that one? Is it March and June? Is that right?
Buy your conference tickets. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get a link to that out. We'll put a link to that in the chat if someone.
I think it's hexticket.com.
I think that's been really effective marketing. I think the Germans going across America, and I think the community, the community strength and solidification. What we're showing is as a community is second to none within the crypto space, and it's not until you're been around for a little while that you actually start to appreciate the value of community. It's really important. It's
And
really,
we're
really
just-
important, especially for a cryptocurrency.
And we're just
Belief.
regular people.
Yeah.
We're regular people. And if you're watching and, you are as enthusiastic about Hex as we are, then I would suggest that you do something about it. Jump on a stream. There's an FN Hangout on the Discourse Syndicate
I love
once
the
a week.
FN Hangout.
So jump on that if you just want to dip your beak in and
Tip
just
your beacon.
see what it feels like to stream.
You don't like. I see what it's like to dip your wick, eh? Stick your beak in there. Sorry,
You've got to try it out.
Sorry,
You've got to try it out.
I can't stop thinking about it.
You have to try it out.
Whenever I talk about money, girls get horny for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, going back. Sorry to steal your little chat there, OG. But keep going.
Oh, look, I just think that if you're watching, you should do what we did. If you're watching and you want to get involved, you should do what we did, because we were watching other people and we wanted to get involved. So that's what we did. We just decided to get involved and we just started streaming. We just did it. We didn't, ponder for too long. We just said, fuck it. Look at all these guys doing it. And we just jumped on and started doing it
hard
ourselves.
can it be?
Like a Nike t-shirt, baby. Just do it.
It's harder than
That's
it
it.
looks. It's harder than it looks.
You look so good, Tangent, in your white tracksuit.
Thank you. I decided.
I was trying to show my Puma.
What is pro?
I
What is
decided
pro
to
ads,
match.
man?
I decided to match in color-wise with my
That's
new.
so cool.
This Hex mug is
so
brand
cute.
new. I decided
That's
to gangster it up with a black, like total contrast.
You are so
No, man,
gangster.
white is
Tangent,
the
I love it.
pro colours.
Thanks,
man.
Sammy.
Mhm.
And thanks, Blue Bum. I know you made the same comment before.
Pro. Tangent's a pro. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
so Unwrecked Pirate, you were saying you really enjoyed Ladies Discourse on the weekend. I think a lot of people did actually. We had
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, heaps of comments on that video.
Hex.
a few new
But
ladies.
if a strange man on the internet emails you and says he's the Unwrecked Pirate, don't believe it. He's a scammer.
But it was nice to see
That Unwrecked
all
Pirate
the
is a
new
scammer.
faces and some crypto chicks who love Richard and love Hex and plus the OGs like Serena and Jack and we had some really good stuff to talk about and it was a really fun stream. I think we hung out for another couple of hours after it just chatting.
Yep.
As
And there's some talent in there, and I got an eye for talent. And I'll tell you what,
And
Sammy, you were doing really good at hosting that show. By the way, you and Serena, pirates as
Thanks.
seriously. And those memes, keep them coming because I love the memes. I love the memes, Sammy.
Oh, did you see I put some in our chat just for you?
I did see that. You're a darling. I appreciate it. And
You're welcome. And thank you. I appreciate your thoughts. And I appreciate all your support. Everyone tuning in. Ladies Discourse. It's a lot of fun. And when I see in the chat, it's always good to see.
We should be more girls in
Aussie
crypto.
boys.
There's tons of girls in Hex, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Hex has a
disproportionate
disproportionately high
Yeah.
amount of females compared to other coins.
Yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's good. That's good because
And
who
things
doesn't like financial freedom?
It's been going.
Who doesn't like financial freedom? Who doesn't like to call their own shots in life? Like, why not?
Yeah, big time.
And empowering women is what we're all about here on the Late Show too. You know?
Can I tell you guys, today when I was at the family thing, I was talking to my sister and she was telling me she's been trying to shill Hex to her friend for like 8 or 9 months. And her friend just recently told her that some guy started shilling Hex to her. So my sister said, well, let me speak to him. Like, give me his number. Let me speak to him about it. So she called him and he's like, no, she messaged him and said, oh, so you're into Hex, yeah? And he called her immediately and started shilling Hex to her and just saying, I've just gotten into this. It's like the best thing. It's the best thing ever. And she's like, oh, like I'm getting into Pulse. And she's like, oh, this guy like has just gotten into it. And he's so enthusiastic about it. So that's like this, in my mind, that's this virality thing that's starting to happen because there was no connection between that guy just knowing about it and shilling it to my sister's friend.
I love hearing the stories about the bigger hammer, shelling to someone, friends and family, and then they telling their friends and family, and it's like that whole virality thing. I love hearing those stories. They're the best stories that I love hearing.
It's definitely happening. It's definitely happening out there. It's definitely happening out there. So keep putting the word out. That's why we do this. It's just for us to get the word out about it.
Keep showing up,
people knowing.
A message in a bottle, outbound messaging, and things like that. It is the greatest product. It is the best. It is the best crypto, without a doubt. Prove me wrong. God's honest truth. I think Hex is the best crypto. I've looked at them all, and rest of them aren't as good. Maybe, Bitcoin and ETH are okay. But no, ETH is no good. But I like Hex the best.
Hey everyone, click on the link in the chat to put your Hex Oracle price in for next week. The link is in the chat. If you can see it there, just click on it and put your name in and your price in 3 digits. Awesome.
So are we going to go around and ask what...
Is that next week?
What's everyone going to do? What's everyone going to say?
I put 36 cents in. I've got no idea, though. I'm so bad at predicting short term.
Next week, we've got a bit of work to do. I think we've got to climb it.
I find it very hard to be bearish.
I
find it very
coming back to those liquidity walls, like the liquidity, the V3 liquidity walls, are we? Or not?
I'm with Tangent on this. I don't know that they play such a great role as what we initially thought.
Okay.
Because they move so much, or have the ability to move so much,
and they don't account for people who are just sitting on the sidelines with not who haven't committed liquidity. You can just jump in and say, well, that's what I mean. That those charts are what we know are there, sitting there, but then you can just come in and sell into them.
Gas prices have such an effect on it as well, don't they?
Yeah. For new players,
but both ways. Like you don't want to,
and anyone,
it's just a big expense and you're going to have a lot of time. It's like
you're trying to help people, encourage them, give them little savings accounts, and it costs you. You have to get in your pocket and pay the Ethereum gas fees. It's not nice.
Yeah,
but anyway, in hard.
What do you reckon? I
want Finbear to win.
40%.
Yeah,
100% uptime. Triple audit security, the best asset for 2020.
Oh, right.
2021 as well.
What
do you reckon? It's good buying at the moment. That's for sure.
It's a good time to get in. And someone in the chat, there's someone asking, what is Hex? Obscure Sampology said, what is Hex?
What is Hex?
I want to have a crack at that.
Day 43.
What is Hex?
He loves
the apex
predator of value.
He loves it.
It is the apex predator of value. But look, what Hex is, it is a certificate of deposit on the blockchain. So you know how you can go to your bank and you can give them your money, they'll hang on to it and they'll give you like a really, really shitty interest rate. That's what the bank does. They'll give you like 1% or not even 1% for you to lock up your dollars for like a year or 2 years or 3 years. So what Hex does is it takes that idea of the term deposit or the certificate of deposit, and it's achieving this idea on the blockchain, but the interest rate is actually a lot higher because what's being paid is in the inflation. Now, if in the fiat system they actually paid the inflation in interest
savers
in the bank to savers in the bank, you would probably get about 40% because the last year the US dollar printed 38% of the currency in 1 year. So if they actually paid the inflation in the fiat system to savers, you would get 38%. Well, in Hex, the inflation that's being paid in interest to average stakers of about 5-6 years is 40%. Just under 40%.
Day 43, wouldn't it actually even be higher because it's 38% inflation, but that would only be getting paid to people who have CDs,
savings accounts.
That would be not all savings accounts, only locked.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So it would actually be crazy.
Yeah.
But the rocket
Yeah,
fuel,
because that's what the Hex contract does.
Only stakers, yeah.
And only stakers. You need to lock it up. And the beauty of it is, sorry, Jackson, I did.
No, you go.
The beauty of it is that it's a contract that sits on Ethereum, and soon it will sit on Pulse Chain when Pulse Chain is released. And it is immutable code. It's trustless code. You don't have to rely on a third party to approve, authorize any of the transactions that take place. You yourself run the code on the blockchain. You run it yourself. You authorize transactions. You commit. You sign transactions. You authorize the contract, and you run functions. You do it all yourself. So it's you and the contract. That's it. That's all it is. So it's different, and it's better than the traditional system that we had in the legacy system and certificates of deposit. This is much better. This is a much better system.
Check out hex.com. And if you want to see its performance, check out hexgraphs.com.
Jexa, sorry, I cut you off before. Mate.
No, I was going to say, so I reckon you summed that up perfectly when you compared it to the traditional bank term deposits or certificate of deposits. But the real kicker is crypto is known to go up very fast in value. So that 40% that you're earning as interest is compounded on the amount Hex
multiplied
token actually, it's multiplied by the amount it actually goes up in value relative to the US dollar. So it's magnitudes higher than what a normal 40% would be. In actual fact, over the course of this last 2 years, we have, correct me if I'm wrong, we've seen this go up 8,000x if you're a staker. Is that correct? I think currently.
Pretty close. We did 10,000x. Oh, I can't remember what it was.
Yep,
we did 10,000x.
Yep, to the current price, I think it's 8,000.
More for stakers.
So it is volatile. A month ago, it was like double the price it is now. So it is in a good dip at the moment. It's perfect time to accumulate.
Yep.
And stake long is the way you get the most out of the system.
Yeah, you've got to because of you've got to take a lot of things into consideration now.
We should explain why staking long is a good idea with the Hex contract. So if you stake, and I'm not going to get too in depth with it, but there are bonuses for staking longer. Like the system rewards people. The system rewards people who are willing to sacrifice their time. So if you stake for 1 day, for example, if you stake 19,200 Hex for 1 day, you're going to get about 1 T share. If you were to stake that 19,200 Hex for 10 years, you would get 3 T shares. Now, you might ask, why would I want 1 T share, or why would I want 3 T shares over 1 T share? Well, having 3 T shares means you're going to get a daily payout 3 times the amount of the person who has the 1 T share. That's basically what it means. So it's
a lot of time.
It's yeah. And you don't have to stake for 10 years. You don't have to stake for 1 year. You can
set up ladders.
You can stake anywhere between 1 day and 5,555 days, and you can set up ladders, as Blue Bum just said. You can split it up. You can say, I want one every year for the next 5 years, or I want one every year for the next 10 years, 15 years. You get to decide what you do. And when Pulse Chain comes out, everything that you do now before the fork, you're going to get copied onto the other side. So if you want to go and run through the possibilities, there is a website you can go to, and it's called stakehex.today. I'll type it in the chat.
Someone Raj D says, guys, if we have liquid Hex to buy Hex, is it better to stake Hex than in-stake on Pulse Chain and buy Pulse? And someone else asked about getting Pulse. I think if you want to get Pulse at this stage, the best thing is just to buy Hex, and when the fork happens, you'll have Hex on both chains, so you'll be able to convert the Hex on the Pulse chain to Pulse pretty quickly if that's what you want to do. And in terms of making stake, it's always a better idea to stake than not to, because if you're just holding liquid, you're getting diluted over time because you're not getting any part of that inflation. But if you've got a stake, if you're staked, you're getting a part of the inflation, and because only like 10% of Hex is staked, you're getting a big part. So it's always worth staking, and especially before the fork. Like after the fork, you'll be able to end the stake on both chains separately. So now's it's in a dip. It's a great time to buy. It's always a great time to stake.
There's a question there. What will happen after 5,555 days? Well, the answer is the contract will only allow you to stake for between 1 and 5,555 days. So if you wanted to stake for longer, you can't at this point in time. Maybe someone will create a contract that will auto stake. At the end of that 5,555 day stake. But at this point in time, you would have to end the stake and then restake again for the amount of time you want to. So that's what would happen.
The best time to buy Hex is today, and the best time to stake is yesterday. Is that the slogan?
Pretty much.
Something like
That's right.
Like that. Yeah, because that share rate just keeps climbing. It just keeps going on and on and on. It's almost a 45-degree angle, and it will just go on to infinity.
But the beauty is it's always going to be a value proposition. Like no matter when people are going to come to Hex, like they're going to come with whatever money they have, and they're going to be able to make mad interest, multiply by whatever the price is.
Absolutely. I mean, things will settle down. It'll just be a boring old term deposit.
Someone's just put in AT foam. Are the 30-day whale stakes killing us? What can be done, if anything, to break this curve with the large short-term stakers?
Can you see that? Is that leeching? Is that what we call leeching, or is that what do we call that? It's fair dues.
It's the system is
working.
The system is working. Yeah, exactly.
But they're the ones who are not do that. They're not getting the maximum out of the system.
Yeah,
I don't believe that's the way I see it.
It's worth so much, and as the value grows, it's like a rolling stone. It just should I say
because they can't stake for very long.
Growing. Because
they don't have the confidence to stake for very long, or they just want access to the funds. What's happening is the share rate is ratcheting up every time they end stake, and it's costing them more and more to get the same amount of T shares. So their earning capacity is going down unless they're willing to stake for longer and longer. So that's what's happening. They're doing it to themselves. And as a long staker, I'm quite happy for them to do that to themselves. Quite happy for it, for them to do that. It's better for me.
Don't be put off by those rolling stakes. Either. Like most of those guys, they just restake. They're not.
Yeah, hey, nothing wrong with those guys.
Yeah, they're not a big threat. We've had a couple of guys.
They're sacrificing the ability to cash out for how much money they're making in terms of tax.
Bruce or Sheila. Any of you guys know any Aussies called Bruce or Sheila? I know a few Sheilas.
Bruce.
Yeah, I know a few Sheilas, and so I know a young girl at my daughter's school called Sheila, which is weird because it's a very old name.
Anyway, sorry to break that up, but how are we going for time? Are we going to do the estimate?
I think
we're going to do the predictions.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll wrap it up soon. All right, so let's go. I'll put it out there. Say I'm hoping, and this may be sub-mil fun, especially Tangent because he loves this stuff. I'll say 35 cents. There you go. By next week. Because really, I think, and in the thumbnail, you may have noticed a 5555 hexagon there from where bottoms are us store, and I think and I've heard even Karim say that the bottom's in. So I'm going to take Karim and some of the other well-known hexagons at face value and say the bottom is in, and we got strong support around about 20 cents, and I think that we go up from here. And so I'm going to say, well, look at that. I'm going to actually go 65 cents next week. Thank you, Andrew Reynolds. I'll see your 65 cents. And I'll raise your, I'll say 66 cents. There you go, 69 cents. I lost a tooth today in the front. That's why I'm hoping the tooth fairy will come along tomorrow. I wake up and that rumour will be true that the price is pumped to 50 cents again, and I'll be like living the dream. It'll be wonderful.
The tooth fairy.
Hey, next.
Blue Bum, what do you think the price will be in a week?
I said before, but I've already put it in 36 cents. And
36.
yeah, I'm terrible at short-term estimates.
Sammy?
0.279.
Okay. 27.9 cents. Tangent?
Did someone already take 26 cents?
No, bro.
Okay, I'm 26 cents.
Cool.
Jexa?
I'm going with 33 cents.
Nice.
And I'm the bear of the week, not just because I'm hairy as fuck, but I'm 23 cents.
Well, where are you hearing, mate?
So that's flat day
Well,
for
mate,
you.
I'm Sicilian.
Take your head off.
Sicilian
Take your head
stock,
off.
mate. I'm not taking my hat off right now. I'm taking my hat off, bro. Dude, I take my hat off, I'll be Sideshow Bob. Like, just
Stand up. Stand up. Would the real Slim Shady please stand up? Right.
So day 43, you're going basically flat. That it'll be the same price as it is now.
yeah, yep.
Okay.
You reckon we've got to chug along a little bit before we blast off?
Look,
I'm
got no rhyme or reason behind my, you know, all I know is that I was Oracle of the Week for 2 weeks, a couple of weeks back there. So, you know, and you put up your hand if anyone else in this group has been Oracle of the Week for 2 weeks.
Who won it for the first 3 weeks in a row, mate?
Sammy,
Come on.
actually, yeah, Sammy has.
I won it 3 weeks in a row at the start. I was the best. Remember?
Dude, that was when you were the only one playing, bro. No one else was playing.
Doesn't matter. I set the standard.
21 cents. So why shouldn't I win Hex Oracle this week?
Did you say 21 cents?
Well, 21. Maybe I was 26 cents. I don't know.
I wasn't in the sheet, Sammy.
Look, I'm not. I've got to say, I'm not bearish. I needed to pick a number. I got no idea. I hope we're on our way up.
I think
sure.
It's got to follow the
those last few months were unusual, and the reason why I say that is there was one particular whale, the DO1, which was caused a bit of carnage towards the end there.
Yep, but we went up all September as well. Like we were going up almost unsustainably for a bit. You know, the price was going rapidly, and was that hype or was that like people? I mean, look, as Blue Bum rightly says,
it's what crypto does, man.
That's what crypto does, and Blue Bum's right. It's the value proposition is there for Hex. It's better than $1. It is the ultimate store of value in my opinion. Triple audited security, 100% uptime. And it's doing everything right. I mean, like if you're looking at some of these other meme coins and other community groups, like to me, like that immutable code is just like a breath of fresh air. It's liberating. It's like you can taste the freedom. It's right there. All you have to do is follow the life hack given to us by Richard Hart, and you'll be right. Treat it like a little savings account. Put a little bit each week. Put your little pennies into your savings box, and those pennies actually worth something in the future. In fact, they're worth more in the future. So, look what
I've done, mate.
In the bank, you get nothing in the bank. So yeah,
look what I've done. I'm getting shit in the chat now for my bet.
Awesome. Oh mate, don't be so bearish. We're here to pump the price. Come on. We normally get a pump on that show.
What happened to Bucktober? What happened to Bucktober? I held out hope to the last minute.
I've got no idea what happened to Bucktober, but I'll tell you this right now.
I got Shaggers back from Fucktober, you know.
Us and other people having bearish to neutral to not too psychotic upward price targets is actually bullish. it's when people are not psycho bullish, that's when the price is going to pump. You know what I mean? It's so I think you're actually bearish sentiment is actually bullish. So they should be thanking you, Day 43.
Thank you, Day 43.
You hear that?
Hey,
I want to see some thank yous in that chat. I want to see a whole list of everyone type thank you in the chat right now, please. I want to see thank yous in the chat.
And so, Bucktober. Oh, yeah. I abandoned. I've actually got either a tweet or a whole video where at the point where I abandoned Bucktober, and it was. I think it was before October even started. Once we were going on the way down. Jexa, do you remember when we? I thought maybe we were on stream together when we abandoned Bucktober. Maybe.
Can't recall, but yeah,
I can't recall when it was.
We definitely called it.
I definitely know at some point quite early, I was like, that's not, because I kept redrawing the parabola until basically even the parabola wasn't going to make Bucktober. And once that happened, I was like, all right.
Yeah. So we're, like I said, we've seen DO1 selling hard. And I think there was a combination where there was other guys that had probably brought in Hex when it rallied up this last big move, and then they went and started to chase all the shiny meme coins as well. And I think we've seen a bit of a flight for a lot of the weekends, bail into those shibs and whatever else they went and chased, which are probably correcting now. And you could probably expect that some of those guys might. There's a lot of traders out there that will just chase pumps all the time. So as soon as Hex starts to move, everyone piles in. That's the way it works. So yeah, you just got to get a few of those green candles going. And
is there a name?
T-shares, those beautiful T-shares at 50% discount. Thank you.
That's it.
Discount on aisle 5. Get down there and get some.
Is there a name for like November or December that sounds bullish? Like, you know, you had Bucktober. What have we got for November and December?
Bucktober. That was good. Come up. Don't put him on the spot, Day 43. Let's give him a little bit of time to stew that one. I'm sure he'll come up with something original.
No dip Vember.
No dip Vember. Hey, I like it. Hey, there you go. Hey, brainstorm it. Do it. That's a good one. I like that. What do you reckon? Moon Vember. There you go. Dean DK in the chat.
Moonvember.
No nut November. No, of course.
No nut November. No, Unwrecked won't be. Unwrecked won't like that, mate.
I've already broken that rule. It's only day 2. Come on. I'm like a five a day sort of guy. But yeah. Anyway.
All right, that's everyone's homework for the next week. Next week on the Hex Late Show, I want to see like a bullish name for every month of the year. That's what I want to see. Come on, chat. I know you guys can do it. We've got smart people in Hex. We got smart people.
Hey, we're running out of time because I got another story to tell you, but I'll save it for next week. There you go.
So you got to come up with 2 stories. You need one real one fake one.
Okay, no, yeah. Okay, good.
It's a multiple choice.
That's easy to do. I want to tell you now because I remember it because it just happened.
$double December. I like it. $double December.
There you go.
Nice alliteration.
Okay.
All right, guys. It's been a great. Let's wind it up. We've been here for a couple of hours. No one wants to listen to us for more than 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's for sure.
150 people in the world watching this. That's sensational. Neglecting your
it's your purple hairband.
Your family duties and your chores to watch us talk about.
They could be multitasking.
Very, very privileged. Yeah, we feel very privileged to be.
They could be. They could be rubbing one out while listening.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly
what they're doing. No, I've heard it. The ladies like it when I talk about money. I've heard that. I don't know if it's true.
Must be true.
It's a rumor.
Must be
Nothing
true.
Hey.
All right, guys.
Throw those big numbers around, and who knows what happens.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Anyone want to say some last words? Anyone?
No.
See you next Tuesday.
We will see you next week.
Next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.